So when folks get to that point, so when they've read your book, they've honed their stories as much as possible, that it's now sellable, and maybe they got some income on the table they can play around with a little bit. And maybe now down the road, they're ready to take that next step and say, okay, I want to make this, 10%, 20% more effective or what have you. Maybe they're getting an agent and their agent, whatever the case is, and they want to hire an editor. How do they try, or how do they know that they're going to select a good editor? Can they be confident that they're not going to get ripped off?
Right. Okay. So I would say always get recommendations, but that's kind of a double-edged sword.
Sure.
You want an editor that is recommended by authors in the industry that you are in the genre that you are in. But you don't want to rely only on that. And I say that for the simple fact that not every author understands the quality of a good edit versus a not so good edit. I've seen some authors hire an editor that's not qualified and praise that person. But when I, as a professional editor, go in and look at the book, because I get nosy, when I go in and I look in the look inside and I see 12 errors in the first page, and some of them are errors that a reader's going to see, that author may not 100% understand that they didn't get what they think they got. And so I say, as the recommendations are great, but the editor has to have something to back that up. Is that editor credentialed? Like I personally, I have a lot more credentials than a lot of editors out there. I have my cat. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Oh, that's okay. I'm surprised I don't have mine cat's butt in my face right now.
Yeah, she's usually like in my face, and she's quite large, so it's yeah. Okay, so I'm sorry.
Squirrel.
Right, I'm very much that way. That's what my earbuds help with. So when you're getting the recommendations, those are great, but they have to have something to back that up. And I, like myself, I have 2 bachelor's degrees. I have been trained as a copy editor. I've taken the testing. I've gotten my certifications. I've taken over 100 hours of continuing education for developmental editing, line editing, copy editing, proofreading. I'm constantly updating my craft. I'm constantly learning new skills. I offer sample edits, which some editors do and some editors do not. If an editor has been in the industry for 20 years, they don't offer sample edits because they don't need to.
Right.
And some editors charge for sample edits. I don't yet, but I may later. And that is not, I've seen so much disinformation in author groups saying that if the editor doesn't offer sample edits, or if the sample edits aren't free, then they're scammers. You need to avoid them. No, like that is time that an editor is taking away from their actual workload. So if that editor wants to charge you for that edit, you just got however many words you give them edited. Yay. So it's something that we need to hone the expectation on. We need to fix that.
Right.
So it's get a sample edit, get recommendations, look at the author's credentials, and just because that editor is professional, they have credentials, they have all the training, they have all the recommendations, that still doesn't mean that that's the right editor for you. Editing is entirely subjective. What I edit versus what someone else in the same industry, the same genre, the same specialization, the same credentials, our perspectives are going to be totally different. Our instincts are going to be totally different. Everything about our life experiences, our training, the books we've read, all of that changes an author's or an editor's perspective. So how I edit a story, even though I have the same grammar and style guidelines as the next editor, maybe totally different. Maybe I take a lighter hand. Maybe they're a grammar purist. Maybe I'm okay with an author, putting sentence fragments here and there, especially when it enhances the pacing. Maybe the other editor isn't. So you always want to make sure that that editor's style enhances your voice as an author, but also kind of meets with just that basic part of you. Do they help you present something that you would read? Like, we don't all read very stringent text. So
Right.
we also don't want to read something that's allowed so many errors to go through that it's hard to read. So, you want to find you want to find that happy medium in what
Yeah.
enhances and elevates your work, because that's ultimately going to do you the most service.